Good morning and welcome to the last episode of Your Voice Matters TV with Di Riddell for 2020. What a year it has been. Well, I have had a little bit of a hiatus, but I wanted to pop in and just do a last show for the end of 2020. So I've been doing some reflecting about what 2020's meant to me. And I wanted to share that with you this morning. So I've come up with 20 things that 2020 has taught me. Now I have to be looking across to my left because my printer's out of order this morning and throwing me into chaos. So the first thing is that I've had a plethora, absolute plethora of life lessons. I've learned to be more compassionate with myself and with other people. I've learned to be the understanding of difficult conversations, how they bring deeper understanding. And I think the sense of isolation and the time we've spent apart has allowed us that time to be able to do that. And I've learned a whole new way of life through caravanning, as many of you will know if you've been following me. Early in the year, we were down southern New South Wales into South Australia. And then during the COVID thing, later in the year, we've just finished a trip, 12,500 k's around Queensland. So I've had an enormous year of change. And that's great. It's great. It's been an amazing year. Yeah, there's been lots of downs. And if you listen to the media all day, you'd want to go slash your wrists. But that's not going to happen. So that's number one. Number two is the power of connection. And I think that's what we've learned through isolation. And our soft skills of communication, of confidence, of speaking, of empathy and compassion, they're the things that are going to give us the power and the strength and give others the power and strength to move forward into 2021 with a feeling of hope. We found new ways to be together while being apart, and hasn't Zoom just been an absolute boom? All of technology has helped to maintain a level of connection. But it's also brought to attention the importance of touch, eye contact and hugs, the things that we couldn't have when we were separated. Now that we are allowed back, isn't it amazing how we just get that feeling? There's nothing like the feeling of a big, warm hug, even if you have to give it to yourself. And watching the news this morning, they were talking about in Sydney about, cancelling all sorts of things and how people are disobeying the distance orders and saying that no dancing, no singing. I mean, and the whole thing has attacked our very fabric of society. So whatever we can do to maintain our level of connection is important. And there's always hope. Emily Dickinson says, hope is a thing with feathers that perches on your soul. And even though it sings a song without the words, it's always there. Hope is what gives us the oomph to know that there's more in life, and hope has been a big part of my 2020. And I found, and not that this is just for 2020, but it's change is inevitable, pain is optional. We put ourselves through so much pain when we fight change. And this wasn't a change that we chose. Sometimes we choose change. Sometimes it's thrust upon us. And in 2020, we had big changes thrust upon us. So we've learned in different times, there's different possibilities for facing the life that we're actually facing. I've learned to be more grateful and more appreciative of what I have. Seeing scenes from around the world, I have never been so pleased to be a Queenslander living in Australia. I'm extremely grateful and appreciative of everything in my life. It's taught me even more about being kind, generous, caring, and reaching out to other people. Now, on number 8 is the importance of daily rituals. Now, I'm very big on daily rituals because I have a whole chapter on them in my book, Speak Out. But it just goes to show, this 2020 has shown me the power of daily rituals because it helps to keep you grounded. It helps to keep your mind in a balanced state before you start your day. So daily rituals, number 1. Live in the present moment, because the present moment is all we have. And I think that this year has shown us how frail life can be, how things can be taken and people can be taken from us in a heartbeat. So living in the present moment, it allows you to enjoy all the little things that are there, all the little things that can make you happy. So do hang on to those. Live in the moment. Appreciate what you have, because you only have this moment in time at this moment. Let the people that you love know that you love them. Reach out and tell them. And I've mentioned Brave Conversations a moment ago, and I've reconnected with 3 members of my family that have been disconnected for a very long time. And that's just given me such peace, an amazing peace, to be able to put stuff that happened years ago away and look at what life is today and how you can make it better. To find happiness in just simple things. Simple things are terrific. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive. And I think the most simple thing that we can do is go out and appreciate nature. We live in a beautiful area. I love where I live. So being out in nature to me is an appreciation of simple things. And that brings me then to the slowing down, which is the next point, to slow down and to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And when you do that a number of times, it gives you the opportunity to recalibrate, to think about what you're doing, to think about the effect that you're having on other people, and to think about that effect that you're having on you. Because make self-care a priority. Many years ago, when I was in a really bad state, a psychologist said to me, I want you to do something for 30 minutes every day that gives you pleasure. And I had such difficulty with doing that because I had deprived myself for many, many years before I woke up to the fact that self-care is a priority. Always be in support and service. How can you help and support other people to be who they are? And I learned that lesson for 40 odd years through Toastmasters, but 2020 has brought it home. It's brought the importance of it home even more, to maintain our humanness, to maintain our connection, and to maintain who and what we are. Resilience. Now that's a word that's been attached to me for a lot of years, but this year, 2020, has given a deeper level of understanding, finding that we can dig even deeper than what we think we can, because it fosters determination, grit, and the ability to bounce back. That's my definition of resilience. Number 16 is, well, you can't always control what happens, and we certainly could never have controlled what happened this year. This time last year, we would never have imagined what 2020 had in store for us. But you can control how you react to it. And that's an ongoing thing, something that you can work on every day, and I need to work on it every day. But when I do control how I respond to something, my life runs much more smoothly. I've learned that we learn to do things out of the box, to do things differently, that there's different possibilities. And I'll be doing some writing later about dancing to different possibilities. Number 18, I've learned that we live in a wonderful country. I've had an an amazing opportunity to go caravanning this year. Earlier in the year, we were down in Western New South Wales and into South Australia. It was beautiful. And then come in the middle of the year, when we were able to travel within Queensland, we've just done 12,500 Ks around this amazing state. And I've gained a new appreciation for the outback of our amazing country. I love where I live. And number 19 is to never take things for granted. And I think that's probably one of the major things we've learned this year. Never take for granted your freedom, your friends, your family, the ability to get together and have a party and celebrate, to travel, to do those things, to take the graciousness away from people, or to see a loss of dignity. I think they're the things that we have such an open lifestyle here in Australia, a bit laid back, that I don't think always appreciated it. And I think 2020 has really slammed all of those things home for me. And lastly, it's unlocked a deeper level of creativity. Now that's quite a list. And for you, you might have another list, and I'd love it if you'd share and just put your words in at the bottom. So I'm going to close off now with the end to 2020. I wish you all the love, support, care, and love that I can send. And remember, your voice matters. Speak up, speak out, be you, be real, be authentic. See you in 2021. Cheerio.